You know what? I seen Eddie's son tonight, Dom. I have to admit, there might be a tiny bit of hope for him. There might be some hope for him. This was the best I've ever seen Dom. That was the best segment, best moment. This was his best show he's ever had since entering the WWF. This was very impressive. I liked how he handled his stepfather. That was great stuff. I don't know what happened. I don't know who got into his ear, but this was the best I've ever seen him. And I feel like he should change his ring gear, right? What he was wearing tonight, I feel like that should be his ring gear. He looked like a man. Like, dog, I'll admit, Dominic looked like a gangster with that wardrobe. He needs to stick with that wardrobe, man. He looks like a prick with that wardrobe, man. Once again, this was the best I've ever seen Dom up to this point. I liked how he was interacting with his stepfather. That was great stuff, man. And one thing I noticed was when Ray first came out, they had a sign that said he is the father of Dominic. I'm like, why would the WWF put that sign up there once he came out? You know why? Because I have been pushing the narrative of that's his stepson, bruh. But they are trying to make us believe that's his real son. Like, bruh, that's not his real son. Okay, that is Eddie G's son. All right, look, Ray is a very sweet, nice guy, right? And it was his choice to keep on raising Dom, even though he knew his wife got smashed by Eddie G. Come on, man. So look, Ray is a nice guy. He probably forgave his wife for sleeping with his best friend, which was Eddie G. Look, him and Vic having problems. So I figured Eddie had a moment of weakness and he slept with his best friend's wife. And that's how Dom was born. I don't care what anybody else says. That is Eddie G's son, bruh. Dog, look how pale look how pale his skin is. Dom has the same skin tone as Eddie G. And he's tall. So, dog, I feel like that is his son, bruh. They have the same have the same goddamn skin tone. Ray, he is darker, ain't he? Come on, that's weird. How is he darker than his own son? Right? I don't care what anybody else says. That is Eddie G's son. But I was very impressed with Dom and his stepfather on Raw. That was a great segment, man. He got a lot of heat. Tons of heat. That was great stuff. But I'm getting kind of worried about Theory. I'm getting worried about Austin Theory. Where is Triple H going with this? Ever since he won the Money in the Bank, Theory he has not been looking too hot since he won the Money in the Bank. It's like, I'm sorry, he has been looking like a joke. I don't know where Triple H is going with this. Is he trying to swerve us, right? By making Theory seem like he's a dork loser, but by next year, he will ruin Cody Rhodes' dreams. Maybe. Because right now, he looks like a loser. He lost to Johnny G, and that was a clean match. That was a clean finish. Johnny G beat Theory clean. That was shocking. But this is to make us believe Theory is going to fail his cash in and be buried even more. if this is a swerve, it's a great swerve, right? Make us believe this guy is not world title material, and then by next year, he will cash in on Rhodes. He will cash in on Cody Rhodes. That is my only explanation for him losing matches and not looking too hot since he won that briefcase. Because I don't know why he lost to Johnny G. Look, I understand G can't lose this soon, but it's not like he's going to be some kind of main eventer. So why are you trying to make him look super strong by beating a young prospect like Theory, Money in the Bank winner? Now look, I understand when you win the Money in the Bank, I understand you can't go undefeated, right? I ain't saying that. I ain't saying he should not lose a match, but there's certain matches he shouldn't lose. He shouldn't be losing against Johnny G, because by that logic, if he's the Money in the Bank winner, how am I supposed to believe this guy is going to cash in on freaking anybody? How am I supposed to believe he is world championship material if he can't beat Johnny G? So I'm very worried about Theory's future. I don't know what Triple H is doing with this dude. Like, look, I'm gonna say it once again. This is either a troll off guard when he cashes in, or this dude is being buried. So there's two options. His awful booking will be a swerve and next year, or he is being buried. So there's two options about Theory's future. Because losing to Johnny G, I don't get that. At least give him a roll up. Don't beat him clean. I mean, give me a fuck finish, but don't have Johnny G beat Austin Theory clean. That was a clean win. It's like, dog, give him a goddamn schoolboy roll-up, something, but don't have him win clean like that against Theory. Theory is a great future prospect. I don't get that. But I did notice that Gallows and Anderson are back. Look, man, I think it's funny how these guys, they had a cup of coffee in AEW. What, like, I think last year? Like last year. These guys were in AEW last year having matches, carrying Kenny Omega's bags. They went from that now back with the WWF. It just goes to show you, maybe they were never that tight with the Bucks, with Kenny. Because why are they back with their rival company? Right? They thought that All Elite Wrestling was so garbage. They look, man, they go back to Impact Wrestling. And eventually Triple H will eventually bring us back, because we are not going back to All Elite Wrestling. Dude, these guys were on AEW TV last year, literally having matches. Now they are back with their old company. To me, this is a big deal to me. This is a huge deal. So, in hindsight, Gallows and Anderson, they chose AJ over the Bucks and Omega. That's crazy to me. That makes Omega and the Bucks look really, really bad. That freaking AJ Styles had to go to bat for them and give them their jobs back. Because the Bucks and Omega didn't do shit for Gallows and Anderson. But, man, I was too drastic. I was too hasty on Eddie G's son. Man, he looked good tonight, man. This dude, he really stepped his game up. I don't know what happened, man. I'm serious, man. Somebody got in his ear, bruh. Because look, it looks like Dom got better overnight. He showed me something, man. I'm telling you, he showed me something. Eddie G's son really showed me something tonight, man, against Gallows and AJ and Anderson. He looked the best he's ever looked. Now, what do I think about the Judgment Day? I'll admit, they've been the best group for the past maybe 2 months. They've looked really, really good. Finn has been really, really looking good. Finn has impressed me as a heel. He is a heel in his own way. Like, he is not a traditional heel, because I don't think he's a leader of that group. Honestly, I don't think they have leaders. I feel like they all lead. So he is a heel in his own way. So far, he has been very impressive. He has been very cocky and arrogant, very condescending, but more so very, very condescending. Like, how the way he talks to his friend AJ Styles, he is very condescending. So he has been very, very impressive. I've been impressed by him. You see, I don't stay on one side of the fence. If you have impressed me, hey man, I will give you props, man. I don't hate on one guy or this girl for years and years and years, but that's boring content. I like to give people a chance to impress me. Finn has looked good. And dog, look, I'm not ready to say Dominic has proved me wrong. Look, I'm not going that far. I'm not going that far where I'm saying Dominic has proved me wrong, but tonight was a huge step in the right direction. This was the best he's ever looked. He had presence. He had a tiny bit of charisma to him. Like, hold on. Wow. So he really is the son of Eddie G. Cause man, he looked like a prick. Exactly like his father. He looked like a prick. He looked like a lie, cheat, and steal kind of guy. I was very impressed with Eddie G's son, man. Very impressed, but overall, I like that Triple H brought back Gallows and Anderson. That was great business. Cause look, when it comes to AJ Styles, I'll admit he was kind of floundering, so he needed something. And I saw that Triple H, he brought back Brock Lesnar. Hold on, wasn't there a report from tons of goddamn smart marks saying that Triple H was gonna stop bringing in part-timers? Last time I checked, I thought Brock was a part-timer. Once again, will you idiots stop listening to fake news? If one website says it, don't confirm it. Triple H never said that. People just hate Goldberg, so they want to put that story out there, but bruh, they have multiple part-timers. Triple H has no issues with part-timers. You know why? Because when he was an active wrestler 4 years ago, he was a part-timer. He was a part-timer during the pandemic era when he wrestled Randy Orton. So why would he shit on part-timers when he was a part-timer? Ever since Triple H went bald, he was always a part-timer. So why would he diss part-timers? But I'm glad Brock is back, and now we are going to get Lashley and Brock Part 2. That's great shit. And I actually seen it coming. Dude, Lashley has been talking a lot of shit lately about Brock. That's the first guy he brings up. I beat Brock Lesnar. I beat Brock. Dog. Eventually Brock was gonna show up and possibly whoop his ass. because he keeps on bringing up Brock Lesnar in every goddamn promo. But this will be a face versus face matchup, and I have no problem with it. This will be a great match, man. Part 2, I love it. Brock and Lashley, man. We needed a part 2. This will be a great long-term feud that I'm very much looking forward to it. All right, I'm done.